Orange cones everywhere. It seems that you can't get from one end of town to the other without going through some kind of construction project or work zone. Frustrating as that might be, you need to be extra cautious. And here now to tell us more is attorney Paul Hernandez from Kalfus Nachman. Paul, welcome back to the Hampton Road Show. You know, there is construction in different parts of Hampton Roads. It seems like it's down right now, but you never know when you're going to run into it. There are hazards out there.
There are. And interestingly, unfortunately, in 2012, there were over 3,000 crashes in work zones where 13 people actually died and over 1,500 injuries. Now, if you haven't driven at night, fortunately, we're having a lot of construction. You go down 264, you go down 64, we're getting all this brand new repavement, no more of these potholes. But out of nowhere, boom, a work zone pops up. And there could be, I drove from Hampton to Virginia Beach one evening, and I ran into 6 different work zones. I'm glad they're doing all the work, but the point is it's very dangerous.
And I hit one recently, too, and the problem is people aren't aware, and they want to slam on the brakes, and it definitely is a problem.
Well, if you're the one driving through the work zone, you got to be very careful. Look, you see it coming. There's all these warning signs. You got those crash cushion trucks. Slow down first. Avoid distractions. You've got the kids in the cars. Hey, calm down, everybody. We're going to go through a work zone. If you're on your phone, you know what? Put your phone down. If you're eating that hamburger or those fries, wait till you go through the work zone before you do that. There are many other tips. You know, when you don't tailgate when you go through. Many times if the lane narrows, how does it narrow? It narrows with a bunch of cones. You don't have that luxury if you were driving down the road that you'd bump into a guardrail if you had to make an evasive move. If you do that now, you're going to go through cones and you may kill somebody.
First and foremost, slow down. Don't change lanes. Be real careful when you head into them. Talk about speeding through a work zone. That's really dangerous.
Well, every time you have a work zone, most of the time the speed reduces.
Right.
Okay, look, everybody in Hampton Roads, you can't go down 264 without people going 10 miles an hour over the speed limit. You go to a work zone, you're doing 10 miles an hour over speed limit, you have up to a $500 fine. And let me tell you something. When you get in front of that judge, when you're down at the courthouse, and they say you were speeding through a work zone, there's no leniency. They're going to hit you with the big fine. They're going to make an example of you. So you really need to slow it down when you bring it to the work zone.
And is that considered reckless driving?
Well, it is not necessarily considered reckless driving off the bat. But even if you're not speeding, through a rec zone, through a work zone, you can be charged with reckless driving if the actions of your car dictate. If you're on the phone, if you're swerving, if you're not looking where you're going, if you're eating, you could still be charged with reckless driving.
So bottom line is be safe, slow down, and be careful.
100%.
There you have it. Be safe. If you or a loved one are injured while in a work zone, call an experienced personal injury attorney, Kalfus Nachman. You can find out the information at legalmatters.kalfusnachman.com. Give them a call on the Hurt line, 1-800-HURT-LINE, and download the Kalfus Nachman iPhone app. You never know when you'll need it or when you'll be in an accident. Take and store accident photos, videos, voice recordings, record insurance, police, and witness information, track medical treatment, lost wages, and other bills, built-in flashlight, smart tool, upload accident information directly to your website. It is a great tool. Paul Hernandez, as always, great advice today. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.